Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Live Like a Business Showcase. I'm so used to saying Live Like Lifestyle Podcast. I hesitated for a minute, but this is the Live Like Business Showcase. My name is Pat Cardinal, and I am your host on tonight. I've been bringing you several of these business showcases as I really enjoy highlighting individuals, whether it's business, it could be a ministry, it could be a new product, whatever it is that you have going on, man. I am so excited to learn about what everyone is doing, right? I know it's impossible, but I'm going to try my best to get to as many people as I possibly can. I am the CEO and founder of Live Like, and our mission is to advance God's word in the earth. And so that can be done in various different ways. This could be done through social media, platforms such as this, through product. I do have apparel, and I'm an author as well. I'll have my information, of course, if you guys would like to connect. But I really would love to connect with you. If you would like to be on this platform, I would love to be able to interview you, want to hear about the awesome and wonderful things God has given you to do. Listen. There are many platforms, and we can never be on too many. So if you are interested, I would love for you to connect with me. You can either inbox me or you can indicate it in the chat below, and I will reach out to you. And listen, we will get you on this platform, okay? All righty. Well, tonight I have another fantastic guest in the quote unquote green room. All right. She is a fellow ATS family member. Man, I tell you, this woman right here has so much. She's just full of life. She is full of life. Her smile is just contagious. And she always has something to say that is of benefit. Sometimes people, they talk a lot, but there's a song back from the old days. Some of you all may not remember. James Brown said, talking loud ain't saying nothing. It's a whole bunch of folks talking, but ain't saying nothing. But that is not the case with this young woman here on tonight. Her name is, I call her Tierrene. That's how I know her, right? And so I'm telling you, and then, we would just only see each other over the phone. But man, when we had the opportunity to meet in person, I was just even so much more impressed. Okay. So without further ado, I want to hear about her organization. Come on, I want to hear about what she's doing. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, I'm telling you right now, it is going to be an awesome show. So you may want to share this. You may want, hey, Tanya. See, look, Tanya, Corinne, already up in here. Come on now. Yes, Tierrene. Yes, I'm about to bring her in on the show, and we're going to have a fabulous time. So without further ado, Miss Renicho Tierrene, welcome to the Live Like Business Showcase. Ooh.
Yes, good evening. How you doing, Miss Patricia? With
How
your
are
lovely self?
you doing?
I am doing wonderful. You look absolutely stunning this evening.
Thank you. Listen, I thought I would act like a grown woman tonight. I got my grown woman lashes on. I got look, these big lashes. These big for me. I got my grown woman lashes on tonight. I had to do something special. I got Miss Tierrene on the showcase tonight, so I had to do something fabulous. Okay, because I know you will already bring the fabulousness with you.
I have to say I am truly honored because I watch you all the time, Miss Patricia, and just your atmosphere, your energy, the love that you bring to your platform pretty much every single night, and even coming into the Zooms, it's so warming. It really is. It's so welcoming, and I appreciate you. So that's why I was like, I am floored right now. I'm extremely humble to even be gracing this stage. I'm like, okay, come on, Jesus, what are you doing right now?
Oh, Lord, thank you so much. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the more you live,
Yes.
look, the more you live, the more dirt you do, the more grace you ought to have. Come on. And the more
Yes.
compassion. Come on now.
Woo, say
Let's be
that.
real about this
Yes,
thing, right?
ma'am. Yes,
There
ma'am. Say that.
ain't a near one of us that could walk around and say, oh, we've just been. No, baby, no.
No.
Because if people didn't see it,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't do it on the outside, it was on the inside. Only
Yes.
difference is people didn't always see it,
That's right. That's right.
right? Some people's dirt was
Mm-hmm.
one that you didn't always see their dirt, but on the inside, look, come on. The Bible said people whitewash tombs. So I might not have done a lot openly,
Mm-hmm.
but baby on the inside, Lord, let me know, baby, you ain't no different than nobody else. Your dirt is still dirt.
It is just like everyone else's, and it's so
So
funny because we
listen,
go through them secret trials and don't even realize it's because of the
don't
dirt
even
that we hiding.
realize it. So listen, you gotta have love and compassion, amen. Because if you ain't got love, you bankrupt for real. So
Ooh.
I just want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight. I am so excited. I would like to give you an opportunity I want you to introduce yourself to the audience in the way that you want to introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, can you hear me clearly? Like, is everything well?
I can hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
Awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Tierrene. As she stated, I go by Renicho now as I'm transitioning into the woman I'm becoming. But I am the owner and founder of Superlative You. My whole desire is to ensure that you're operating at the highest version of yourselves. That's getting rid of the limiting beliefs, limiting self-talk, and all of just different stuff that we hold on to that weighs us down from elevating
Yeah.
to the highest version of ourselves, and literally just being happy, making a choice to be happy, to go on regardless of everything that we've ever done, all the dirt that we've ever had, take a bath, wash it off, and keep on trucking forward. So that's my whole desire, and everything that we come through, whether it be through coaching, networking, consulting, advising. It's like if you have a view or a vision of yourself and what you're trying to be, but something's holding you back, I want to connect with you and figure out what it is so that we can get you flying. So that's where I'm at.
I told y'all the show is gonna be hot. It's
Yes.
gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. That
All that
is
screaming.
awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
because we all have things that we deal with, we struggle with. It makes us who we are, right?
Yes, it
Those
does.
things make us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And but whether we deal with them or whether we run from them and try to hide from them, that really is what makes the difference. So
It really does.
we may I used man I'm telling you, and people say, oh no, not you, but man, I used to be a terribly shy person.
Oh,
Terribly shy. Yes.
I couldn't
I
say
didn't
that
hardly
either.
talk to anybody. I would now to the people that knew me,
Mm-hmm.
and actually Latrice Hamilton, right?
Yes.
She was my bestie growing up. And
Oh, wow.
so we had a conversation about this the other day. I said, Latrice, think about it. If we were in a crowd of people, you would probably, because she's very outgoing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was always the one that was just kind of like, I was with her, like we were besties, but she was always the more outgoing one, the one that would kind of go first. And I was always the one that would hang back, right? I would just kind
Yes.
of hang back a little bit. I'm the one that sit around. I'll be in a crowd of people. I might not say a word, but I'm seeing and watching everything that goes on. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to, and because of ministry and because of business,
Yeah.
I've had to learn how to come out of that. And then, of course, God really let me know, listen, there's no shyness in the kingdom,
Mm.
because that shyness keeps you away from doing what he wants you to do. So you need to kick that to the curb. You need to trust me like you say you do. And then you
Mm-hmm.
need to step out and let me take care of the rest. And so those kinds of things are things that I've had to deal with, and learn how to overcome over life. But when I'm at home, I'm very quiet.
Yeah. You look for solitude as silence. It's one of those things where it's like that's our element of where we do best at, so to speak, because you can do so much thinking without having the pressure of speaking on what you're creating in your mind. So that's interesting.
Tanya said that smile is contagious.
Oh,
your smile. Yes,
oh,
it
thank
is.
you, Tanya.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
tell me a little bit about, okay, so I was not even familiar. I saw you sent me your logo, right?
Yes.
I was like, that is fabulous. I was trying to figure out a way that I can show it. I might have to try to add it to the comments, but I would love to hear your backstory, right? How did you, tell me the name again of your organization and kind of what's your backstory? How did you get there?
Okay, so my organization is Superlative You. And I was posed with a question back when I was doing network marketing with another company. It's like I was like, well, what should I call my business? Like, what is it that I, should do? And they're like, well, what are you trying to attain? And I'm like, well, I mean, in everything, I'm trying to live at the highest version of myself, to be positive, to be light, to be loved, to operate in forgiveness, to operate in all those good things so that I may attract those great things to me so that I can help other people. So I was like, how do I convey that? Like, how do I make that, sum it up in not so many words to where it can say this? So I literally went to Google and was like, what does it mean to live at the highest version of yourself? And the word that came back to me was superlative. Now, I may not always use it in the right context, but according to what I believe, my vision and going forward is I want you to be the highest version of you. Therefore, superlative you was born. So that's what that came out of. So yes, ma'am. And then literally when it came down to it, it's like I went from being I used to be in the military doing different things, and then whenever we're going through our different assignments and the different goals and stuff that the community has for us, sometimes you can find a way to lose yourself or lose sight as you're just trying to perform the mission. And I recognize that in just the people around me. I'm like, wait a minute, we are literally, somehow we stopped living. You know what I mean? Nobody's operating according to what it is that they want to do. We're just going with the vision and the goals that other people have put in front of us. So it gave me the mindset or the energy to where it's like, okay, this has got to stop, because your goals, your dreams, your vision for me is not making me happy. I may be progressing, I may be doing great things on the side, but I'm looking at my peers around me and none of us are really living. So how do I change that? So it's like, I got to find a way to operate at the highest version of myself. Once I find that open door, I'm inviting everybody else to come in too. And there we go. That's
wow.
So,
what I really like it, what's so interesting about that is we really should want to live at the highest version. I mean, to me, and okay, so back in the days when I was young, right, when I was a little girl, we talked about things like social responsibility in business, right?
Yes.
And we talked about, the golden rule was a common thing that we would say to each other. We would talk about, helping our neighbor. Now, of course, we did stuff dirt back then, but that was a time when, you would walk past the church, a guy would take his hat off just out of respect.
Turn the music down. Yeah.
And so, and there was just, for me, that I can remember being younger and remembering it was about being the best person that we could possibly be.
Yeah.
But it didn't really have anything to do with like things that were external, money and fame, like that.
The materialism.
It all had to do with what was going on the inside of us. And so I love that what your mission is to, and for some people, it's going to be getting back to the basics.
Yes.
Getting back to the basics, the basic things, the things that, come on, Corinne, core values, those things that we hold near and dear to each other. And I think that's what makes ATS such an awesome community, is because our core, if we had to put up core values, if we had to list, how companies put up their core values, ATS put their core values, it's going to be love. It's going to be family, caring, friendship, forgiveness.
Ooh.
those are the things that make us who we are.
It is. It really
It
is.
really is. So, girl, that is really, I'm so happy to hear about that.
Thank you, Miss Patricia. But I mean, it's like you said, even with your business and everything, live like Christ. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, it's like we live, of course, in servitude, and we want to make sure that we're operating. It's like they used to have the slogan of "What would Jesus do?" You know, when it comes down and
Mhm.
having and finding fault with others, how did he correct? How did he do the different things he did? And it was always in love. And I'm finding that even as we continue on in our own life, we forget to have that same love even with ourselves. So, which is why you see a lot of people around operating in unforgiveness, operating in the not happy because they can't forgive their own selves when they're doing the ill things that they're doing. But if you live like Christ, have the mind of Christ, and always keep your mind on what would Jesus do, first thing he did was forgive, remind you where you are and remind you where you're going. You know,
Absolutely.
so
That is so good. And it is so true. And I don't know. Of course, listen, if anybody who studies the word, we know the times, we know that these times were coming, right? We know that these times were coming, but um the the things that we focus on, what we feed ourselves. I was just listening to before I came on, Bishop T.D. Jakes was talking about how we are inundated with news and information. It used to be you get news in the morning.
yeah.
Maybe you get some news in the afternoon. You get news at 6 o'clock.
While you're riding in the
You
car.
get 10 o'clock news. Okay,
Right.
10 o'clock. And then that's what you got. Now it's 24/7 and it's the same thing. We
Yes.
are we are feeding ourselves. We are on such a diet of just entertainment, I say, and voyeurism, that
Mm.
watching how other people live, how other people are doing things,
Yes.
all of this, and this is what we're feeding ourselves instead of looking into the perfect law, or looking, really trying to look within, because everything we need is within.
It really is. It really is. And it's like you say, with the entertainment industry, how I mean, it's even gotten to the point to where our children on YouTube are watching other kids play, watching other kids open gifts, open toys that they don't have. It's like we're oversaturated with watching people pretend instead of just living, being, and getting out there and doing. And we wonder why they have the whole depression rate has gone up so high, or how the suicide
Yeah.
rate, continues to climb, and how you have so many people that are inundated with just hopelessness without knowing how to interrupt that, because they're constantly overindulging themselves in other people's pretend. It's like,
Oh,
get out of that. Instead of just human watching, human doing, we need to be human beings. Get out there and be. What is it that you want to do? You see them open a
right.
gift, why don't you open your own? Get the pleasure in it becoming yours, type of
Yeah.
thing. I had to stop my kids from watching that, because it was just, I'm like, no.
No.
I don't want to
Yeah.
hear no more of
Oh
that.
man, that is so profound though.
Yeah.
Watching, just watching other people. And because back in the day we used to have sitcoms. Sitcoms was the thing back in the day. You had sitcoms.
Yes.
Sitcoms have gone the wayside, and now it's reality TV, which is really not reality TV.
It
We
is
know it's
nothing
scripted.
real about that. No.
We know it's all scripted, but
Uh-huh.
it's like, goodness gracious,
How did we get this
it's
far?
tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough on a young girl, tough on
Yes.
young kids,
Yes.
to really take the time to find themselves and know who they are, know who God has told them that they are to be.
Yeah. See, and then another thing, it's like a lot of times, like, I mean, even when we're in church, they remind you, it's like you're all that God says you are, and that you can have the promises that God has for you. And like, if you just ask, you shall receive. And it's crazy how many, even talking with the children, they don't know what that means. Like, what is that supposed to mean to me? Like, how am I supposed to know what God's promises are for me? Well, how am I supposed to know what God says that I am? And it's like, we don't teach them enough that God says that you are whatever you say you are. Just go out
Yeah,
there and be. you
just
know
be.
yeah, just go out there and be. And it's like, if you're asking God for something, go out there and expect it and get it. not just wait and pray for it to come. It's not going to miraculously come to you. And I don't think that's taught enough, or like, I don't think people are reminded enough that they are actually in the power and more so in the control to, affect the change in their lives that they're asking God to make of them. So it's like, I asked him, that means that it's going to be done because God is in me. So obviously he said it through me. So it is. But I don't think we're reminded of that enough. Like you said, in this entertainment industry, we're overly saturated. We're overly fed with, hey, just watch me, don't live, just watch. Because
I know.
into the whole, make your money and spend and come watch me spend your money. So it's like, I don't know, it's interesting. It's real interesting.
That's deep.
So,
come watch me spend your money.
Exactly,
Boom.
because that's exactly what happens. All them bags that we can't afford, like while we're sitting there paying into like their luxury, like while they go out there and they're buying. And it's like, I'm looking like, don't you dare, don't you spend no
dare.
money. Not only so save it so you can buy your own if you really like that bag so much, baby. Come on.
Better yet, design your own. I mean,
there you go.
People, now there are certain brands that some of us may like, I don't like a brand just because of its name. It has to be because of the quality.
Yes, ma'am.
Like me, I'm an old school girl. I like them old Coach bags, right? I like them good leather ones. You know them ones? Man, if somebody jack with you, man, all you gotta do is you can whoop them with that purse. I like the quality, but the thing that
God got whooped by one of the straps. That's why I'm laughing.
For real. But the thing is, marketing tells us that we look good with it, but the truth is we are the ones that make it look good. Look, Michael Kors look good when I'm carrying it.
There you go.
It's just Michael Kors. And when we have that concept, you know what I mean? It's like you're not encumbered by what other people say, other people think about how you look, what you wear, what you do.
Right.
Look, listen, and let me tell you, the worst thing is we are more critical on ourselves than anybody else.
We really are. We really are. And it's like, literally, it's like, what is the measure and where did it come from? And why do you keep bringing it to yourself if it's not putting you at the top? How you going to measure yourself against some stuff and have you at the bottom saying you have to live up to the expectations that no one else is putting on you? I'm looking over here. It's like, oh my God, they have this lifestyle. I should live up to that. It's like, no, how about you bring yourself over here and live up to your own? If you want that, then by all means, get it for yourself.
Right.
But not by their state and how they're in it. Because you don't know what they had to go through to get to that point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like we're not as hopeless as we think we are.
It's almost like a matrix, right? It's like a false life that people live. It's like a false reality. It's like you're not even in touch with reality because you're not in touch with yourself.
No, exactly. And that's why I was looking at, even with my children, I had to stop them even with the YouTube, because I realized after some point in time, they started pretending to be the people who were pretending to be in those YouTube videos. It's like, I'm all of a sudden hearing them quote what they say. I was like, wait a minute. No, you have your own identity. We're not going to do that.
I know that's right.
Don't entertain yourself. Look, here, take this phone, put this camera on and make your own video. And it's so crazy how, it's like they don't know what to say. And the next thing you know, it's like my son, like he talks all day long. Lord have mercy, help me. But he does his own videos now because of that. But it's like, it's so important because like you said, we sit here and we're just pretending. And it's like, at what point in time do we stop and realize, before it's too late, that we're not living? You go to work, you do your 9 to 5. And before you started that job, it's like you wanted that job to pay your bills. Now that your bills are paid, what else are you going to do? That should be the point where it's like, now that I got this solution to this problem, I should now continue to start dreaming. But a lot of people stop at, I solved this problem. This is where I'm going to stay. And it's like, no, you pretending like this is your happy just because your bills are paid. That's not the case. What is it that you were going to do before you started out this way? So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I'll be thinking about all kinds of different things when it comes down to life.
So let me ask you this. So what are you bringing, or what do you bring to to that situation with individuals to help them to come to in terms of, I mean, okay, let me back up. I had two thoughts running through my head at the same time. So
Powerful.
two going at, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, one at a time. So what is your solution to that dilemma when it comes to individuals in their lives?
When it comes to individuals and their lives, literally it's whatever their solution is for them. So it's like, because I can't tell you, I know for me in my position, I wasn't happy working a job every day, living up to somebody else's dreams while they told me what time I could and could not go to lunch and what time I could or could not go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff didn't make me happy. I was glad to be able to pay my bills, to take care of my children, be able to have a house that I provided for them. But I wasn't happy with the fact that I had to miss all of their programs, which was the main reason, I started working in the first place. Like that didn't make me happy. So I have to meet them pretty much where they are. A lot of times people will sit there and they'll say, at least what I've found, they'll say that they're happy. You know what I mean? In this situation, it's like, okay, well, if you're happy, then why the dreary? You know what I mean? Why the chaos? Why aren't you speaking? Like, where are you? What's going on with you? I want to hear your thoughts. Or we'll just have a conversation where I'll pull them out of their workplace, go to lunch with them and just start picking their brain. It's like, yo, so what do you like? What type of stuff do you like to do when you're not at work? Oh, all I do is work. All you do is work. Okay, well, let's say that your all your bills were paid, right? Without you working. What would you do? What type of stuff would you be into? What did you like to look at? Oh, girl, I would be an interior decorator. Come look at this stuff that I made. And then all of a sudden, the life starts to come out of them. You start seeing them, especially when you get somebody talking about their passions. It's like, then I'm like, that's where it is. So you can keep on staying at this 9-to-5 job, pretend like this is it for you. It does pay the bills, but I want you to one by one, little by little, keep this journal and start talking about your passion and your dream. What type of interior decorating would you do? Here, look at this room. How would you decorate this? You know what I mean? So you just start piquing their interest and planting little seeds to kind of get them free, because it's going to blossom. It's going to grow at some point. They're going to get into an argument with their supervisor that they have to be quiet about one day. And the next thing you know, it's going to... I got to get out of this place. Because some people don't know they have the options. And it's like most of the times you have to interrupt the story or the idea that, what do you call it? Like interrupt the story of them being hopeless in their situation. Now, if they are happy where they are, by all means, hands off. But I notice most of the times, like when I'm literally just having conversations with people. I don't just jump at people trying to change their lives. I'll hear certain things. If I see somebody that's not happy, I'm going after you. I got to figure out what it is. It's not my business, but it's like I'm taking the time to get to know you, to see if I'm assuming things about you based off of where I've been, or if literally there's something that we can do to change the course of where you are going. Because there's so many women and men as well that don't speak on their depression or the thoughts that they have with their unhappy, and they end up drifting away right in front of you without anybody even knowing. And for me, that's a tragedy. I can't allow that. So that's not the way God made me. So I hope that answered your question on that.
Yes. Well, no, thank God for people like you, because and from a person who has suffered from depression before, most of the time you don't reach out to individuals.
No.
It takes somebody to pull something out of you, or it takes an event to jar you, or it takes something to happen to shake you a bit, to make you realize it. Because a part of that whole thing with depression is the quietness. It's the being quiet. You say you're okay, you're really not. No. But you don't want to go into all the different situations that's going on. So you just say you're fine.
Because it's so much.
Because it's so much.
But it's not too much. You don't
want to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not too much. And that's the misconception. It's like, man, there's so much. I don't know where to start. It's like, just start. Let's talk about it. Just start. Because I don't want you to stay in that place. It's like, no matter how, like they say, if you're not moving forward, even if you're standing still, you're moving, because time is going to continue going on. And one or two things are going to happen. You standing still, everything's going to continue on past you, or you're going to stand still and you're going to die. We're not having it. So it's like, just start. Nothing is too much, no matter what type of depression. I don't care if you feel like you whining about the biggest thing, you stub your toe, or, oh my goodness, at the gas pump, I didn't get the right. I don't care what it is. If that's bringing you to a point to where you're unhappy and you can't see past the problem, because it's not just that one thing. It's a compilation of things that you've ignored when it comes down to depression and dealing with other stuff. And it's like the weight of the world and the wanting to participate and the wanting to show up as strong and the wanting to be there for the people that are counting on you, that you literally forget to count on me. I got to count on myself to be okay first. And I noticed, like, a lot of people, or at least I'm just speaking from my own depressive state, when I was going through, it's like, yo, why did I let go and give up on me, trying to be there for everybody else? Look at me pretend and be fake. Got to come out of that. And it's disrupting that narrative. It's like, I'm not helpless. I can actually help myself. And I have to help myself first before I can expect anybody else to, by opening my mouth and saying, yo, I'm not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the hardest things, though, that grip, because it's like a grip, it's like a vice grip. And, I know one time me being all dramatic and crying to the Lord, I'm drowning. He said, just stand up. It's just 3 feet of water.
Yes. I went through that too. I did. It's like, what? That's not what you were supposed to say, God.
Yeah, it's just stand up. You're in 3 feet of water. Why you're not drowning? In other words, you're being melodramatic. You're not drowning. Just stand up.
Just stand up.
Stand up on what you know.
Right.
Okay, and get it moving, because
yes,
I ain't drowning.
Look, you drowning in the tears on your face. There's nothing holding your head under.
Yes.
There's nothing holding your head under. What are you doing? You better wipe your face and show yourself strong. It's like, and then another thing,
I tell you, the things he has to deal with his children. I tell you,
it's like,
it's a mess.
Look.
If you guys have joined in after the start, this is Renicho Tierrene. Awesome woman. Now, and the name of our organization is Superlative.
Yes, Superlative You.
Superlative You. Yes. And so if you have not done so, please share this, because I guarantee you this is going to bless somebody, man, because we are all connected. We're different, but we're the same. Amen. We're all connected. We have shared experiences that may not be exact, but I believe that when we begin to express ourselves, being our authentic selves, and begin to share, that someone else along the way, whether it's right now or it's a replay or when it's shared, someone is going to be encouraged. Someone will feel the love of Christ, right? And someone will believe that, listen, hey, no matter what it looks like,
you coming through.
I'm coming through this thing. It's temporary.
Yes. And it's like, it feels like a weight is literally a balloon, if you allow it to be. It's so interesting. It's like we hold on tighter. Like, we'll sit there and hold the balloon to us tighter than it's actually trying to float and fly away from us. I mean, they got a lot of people going through some things, and I understand it is real. You know what I mean? In this moment, it doesn't seem like there's a way out. You know what I mean? It's like some people are losing their homes. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what they're going to do. But it's still okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't try to figure out next week. Figure out right now. Right now, if you have a place to lay your head, go to sleep. Pray before you do. Ask God to make them things work out and fix it tomorrow. And wake up the next morning expecting the answer. And don't settle till you get it. It's just, I don't know where that came from, but it's just one of those things where it's like, just keep on going. Don't give up, and don't think it's over for you, because it's not too late. There's something that's coming for you. There's something that's coming to you. You just got to hold on just another day. Don't give up. Don't let go, and don't stop. Pray, trust God. Know that even if you have not done what you're supposed to do, God is still coming through for you, just because God says that is who he says he is.
Exactly.
Not because of anything that we do.
Come on now. And that's
not because of anything we do.
That's the key right there.
So,
not to be focused on us.
Yeah.
but because the truth is we don't we deserve death, because the Bible says that the wages of sin is death.
Yes. We all have
So
sinned.
yeah, so we all listen, we all in that boat.
Yes, ma'am.
So we all in that boat. So whatever what he does for us is out of his great love for us, and the compassion and the great passion with which he created us, and how he sees us.
Yes, Lord.
And how he wants to connect with us, and how he already fashioned our end and made us victorious. We just don't know it yet, but we're already there.
Right.
And so those are the types of things that when the enemy tries to come in with some stupid foolishness, it's like, look, get on.
Right. It's like, what are you doing? Get that whispering away from here. Stop it.
Shoo, fly.
Make my ears itch. Stop.
Yes, thank you. You know what I mean? Because again, it's we can't fathom his love for us. Like we can't measure it. We can't try to, you
can't contain it. Like you can't
contain it. You can't make it be something or look like something. I mean, it's just, it's too much for us to even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's not even a word that's been invented in the dictionary today to describe it. We can call it love, and it's like the adoration, the love, the affection, without the touch, like just the inner knowing. If we could really feel the love that God has for us inside and out, we wouldn't question anything. We wouldn't even question a reason to be happy. You know what I mean? We wouldn't even wonder. It's like, why shouldn't I smile? Are you serious?
Right?
Do you know who love me? Like, do you know who love me? And do you know how they love me?
True. I know one time at my local church, we laughed about it. We talked about it for a couple of days because I did I don't know if it was a Sunday or whatever. And I was like, because he loves him some me. I know he does.
Look at that.
And everybody was like, yep, he loves me some me.
It's like, that's right. Say it with your chest. Confess that.
He loves him some me. Shoot, you better ask somebody.
Yes, Lord. But I'm
telling you, he'll tell you. But look, great thing is, he loves you the same.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why people are like, she's so full of herself. Oh, God love her like he don't love me. It's like, she never said that.
Never said that.
He never said that. And you're right. God loves you too. It's just you have to get in touch with your identity and understand why that offended you, because you don't believe it for yourself. It's got nothing to do with nobody else.
Nobody else.
Anybody else.
Nobody else. I tell you.
Focus on me.
Yes, I'm telling you, it is so amazing. So let me ask you this. So we've talked about superlative you and kind of your backstory, where all of that comes from. What do you have? What do you have that you're bringing to the marketplace, right? In regards of superlative you, are you a coach or consulting?
Yes. So it's more or less coaching, consulting, and literally living. It's one of those things where I'm going to encourage you to live according to your identity, not the pretend or the expectation of others. So it's more or less on the coaching side, but I have conversations. I'm still learning to identify myself as a coach consultant, because I still relate that to you. Yeah, I still relate that to source, and I know it's so much more than that, but it's literally it's a living thing. It's like, let's have our conversations and let's see where we're going, because I'm in this with you. So it's like, it's just one of those things where just encouraging and incorporating the different goals and the views of what you let go of when life took over, or just the mundaneness of life took over, and getting you back to those things, because every last one of us was born. We were planted into our mother's womb with a gift that God had to heal this world. So it's like, let's not let you die without getting that out there. You have a purpose. You have something that's going to cause you to live and breathe and thrive. Let's find it. So that's where I'm at with it. Yeah.
No. I'm with you. I'm totally with you because it is to me personally. And I mean, I'm a life coach as well. Although I don't listen. I used to coach, but I have to tell you, I don't know how to say this. I say that I'm not that great of a coach, and I tell you why. Yeah, it's my personality.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't always have patience. My patience is not the best.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I can understand
I don't want to damage nobody.
it.
I'm just being honest. Look, come on, let's
Right?
be real. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna
Yeah.
love you, yes.
Yes. Yes. But at some
But I
point,
need to have a relationship with you that's beyond coaching
yeah. Yeah.
because that way I feel like then I can be more of who I need to be in your life.
Yes. Yes. That's right. That's
If
right.
it's, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be defined by that. Like there are people that are in my life that I influence. I think I'm probably a better mentor maybe than so
Okay.
much of a coach.
You
I
are a
can
great mentor.
definitely see that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can definitely see that. I
Yeah.
can definitely see that. But coaches have this construct, and sometimes they have a process. I don't have all that paperwork. Look, I'm just gonna tell you this. Write it down.
Right. 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 See, and that's the
Look,
thing
I'm
with
just gonna tell you. Look, go write it down.
it's like go write it down and do
Go
this. Like
write it down. We'll
these are
talk
your
about it.
actionable steps. Let's do it. But
Come
I mean,
on,
before
me,
like,
and that's me. Oh my gosh! And so
take your actionable steps and get this
take
over
your
with.
actual steps and move around. Let me know how that works for you. I'll check in with you next week. See, I told you I'm horrible.
That's all right, but that's honest. And the good thing about it is like you attract those people that need just that anyway. So
Yes,
it's a
yes,
brilliant thing. But I know
yes.
with what was I gonna say? With superlative view, it's like it's more or less like personal development, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
motivation and business alignment. And then
Yeah,
once your business takes off, it's literally just that coaching, that encouraging and pushing you to continue on your way until you start to spread your wings. Like my whole thing used to be like I used to be stuck on butterflies for the longest time. And it's like out of the cocoon, you too shall fly. So it's like a
okay.
lot of times, the trials and tribulations, we go into that dark place thinking like this is over. And then once we break through, we come out beautiful and like we expound and fly away and do everything that we really need to do and came into this world to make it a better place.
Yeah,
So personal development is really, really big. My biggest push, getting the mental stories out and removing the expectations that others have so that you can be free to be you. And this is
yeah.
deep.
Oh, that's critical. That's critical.
Yes.
I tell this story often, so if you guys have heard it again, I apologize.
Say it
But
always.
when I turned 50, I was a wreck. When I was a wreck because I felt like I had fallen down in the middle of my life. Like I was divorced. I wasn't
Oh
working a
yeah.
job I wanted to work. I didn't have no money. And when I was a young girl, I had all these aspirations to do all these great and awesome things. And I got to 50 and I was like,
What?
hey, is this all I got?
Yeah.
But I had to, yeah, so then I had to make a decision. I'm either going to continue down that road of nothingness
Mm-hmm.
or I was going to make a change. And I had too much word in me to
Can't go
just
to
sit
nothing.
down and be quiet.
Yeah.
So I had to listen. I did more damage to myself than anybody's ever done by my thought life, right?
Right. Right.
Those ants, those automated negative thoughts, those that I just would let run just roughshod through my mind on a daily basis, and I didn't do anything to stop them.
Mm, mm, mm.
I just let them have their way with me.
Rent free.
It was like I had a dream one time that I was like inside of my own closet, and somebody was coming in. They were just stealing from me. They were taking from me, and I didn't do anything. I just sat there.
Wow. Wow.
So that was a wake up call to me. It's like, what are you doing? You just letting this stuff just take over you. That's not who you are. And so I started what I called the Great Exchange. So for every negative thought, I would, because that's just a fact, right? Facts are temporal, subject to change. Yes. But truth is eternal.
Amen. Ooh, I like that.
I would take a fact and I would replace it with the truth. Exchange it. Exchange it. Exchange it. And then like muscle memory. And then after a while, before you can even think about it, you are coming. So for instance, I'm broke. Money. Well, you know what? Really, to be honest with you, if I'm a daughter of a king, I'm rich.
Come on now. I was about to say, I'm waiting to see what it's
going. So my daddy owns a cattle on 1,000 hills.
Yes, Lord.
I'm royalty, right? So that's just a temporary situation. But the truth is, I'm rich.
I have everything.
So I have more than enough. And so I would take the negative thought and I would replace it with the truth.
Hey,
that's what I call the Great Exchange.
I like that a lot.
It literally began to transform my life. It literally began to transform. Why? Because my thought life began to change. Yes, Sandra. Pull down those strongholds. Pull down those negative thoughts. Because the word of God reigns supreme. And listen, if I believe God at his word the way I say I did, the way I preached, the way I taught, the way I would tell other people, well, doggone it, I best believe it before myself.
That's right.
Because if I'm doing all that out there, and then I'm dealing with this, right? Okay, there's a disconnect. There's an imbalance. Something is wrong with this. Something is not right.
Yeah. He becomes part of the entertainment.
I had to do.
I love that. The Great Exchange. You didn't just say exchange the negative thoughts with positive thoughts. You said exchange it with the truth. That's powerful. That is so powerful because a lot of these negative thoughts, they're like just literally imaginations. Not even what's fact or what's reality in our life. Like that was powerful, Miss Patricia. I'm telling you, I had to write that down. I had to tell my children, hey, we're not just gonna think positive, we're gonna think truth. We're gonna think in truth.
Truth, right? Because that's what because we need to manifest that in our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, oh my God, Tierrene, I'm sorry, Renicho.
No, it's family calls me Tierrene, Miss Patricia.
Okay, so I call you Tierrene.
Forward. And literally the Renicho comes because my aunt used to call me Tierrene Nicole all the time. Tierrene Nicole, Tierrene Nicole, Tierrene Nicole. I said, you know what? I'm about to make an exchange for this last name I have. And I'm going to put Tierrene Nicole, Renicho. There we go. Let's continue forward. Because I have books that are coming out. Okay. I have all these different things. And that's the name that is going under. The books that I'm publishing under my name is going to be under Renicho Tierrene. The books that are going under my children's name is Taylani King because it says Talia, Nolani, and King. So that's my children's names. So it's just one of those things where it's like I'm doing the combination collaboration, becoming one identity. And
yes,
things are going forward.
You got some books coming out. Okay.
I do.
Oh my God.
Children's books, entertainment books, and self-help books. So
really?
one self-help book so far, and that came from the conversation of So What, the night that I had that speech. Everything else has literally just been entertainment books. So I'm like, praise God.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I know that they are going to be awesome.
I love
this has been an awesome show. I'm sure I'll have you back on again, especially when those books and all start rolling out, child. We got to get back on here. Okay. So as we're closing on tonight, I want to leave you. I would love for you to, if there's anyone that is watching this now or watching the replay or after it's been shared, and somebody is just like Ooh, is this all that God had? Is this all that life has to offer me?
No.
What
The
would you
answer
say
is
to encourage
absolutely.
them?
Yeah, the answer is absolutely not no. And you have to be in a position to receive and understand you are in control to interrupt the story of being hopeless and letting things stay the way that they are if they are not serving you. If they're not serving you, you're in the best position to effect change in your life and be the pen that God has created you to be, to create the masterpiece that He has put in your vision and your line for you to live out. So, no, this is not all that there is for you. There is greater. Come see me. Let's get with God and get you towards your goals and your dreams. Or anyone in the ATS University, because we are lit, seriously, about making sure everybody is living in their highest perfection, like seriously, being themselves.
Wow.
So, yes, ma'am.
I love that. I love that. That is fabulous. If you do me a favor,
Yes, ma'am.
put your contact information like in the comments, right?
Yes,
In the comments. That way people can connect with you. Um,
I know I got my little side effects. Not side effects, but my little. I'm typing it in there now, but thank you.
yes, so the people can listen. People need to hear that. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, people need to hear that message of hope.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I mean? People really, really need that message of hope, you know? Oh my gosh.
Because it's not the end of the world. And mind you, I'm speaking as a single mother, 3 children. And when I say single, I'm talking about, you know, how some people have the different supports. God is supporting us through everything that we go through. We've come through so many different things that it can make you think that there's nothing that you can do. But literally, if you're living, breathing, and you're responding in life by saying, okay, I'm here another day. What should I do? Get up and live.
Yeah.
Get up and live.
Get up and live.
We're
Don't
right
get
here with you. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not alone. So I'm putting my contact information over here. I
Yeah.
thank you so much, Miss Patricia. This has been an outstanding evening. I
This has
admire you
been.
so much that I was just like so nervous about coming on this platform.
Yes, no way.
Yeah, I mean, you're so beautiful. You really are. And just
Oh,
you're so
thank
pleasant. Even
you.
like you're encouraging that you do, even in our Zoom calls in the mornings. I just be listening. Like if you could see me every time you talk, I'll be like, oh my God, she is just so so thank you so much.
Well, listen, I feel the same way about you because really, whenever you open up your mouth to say something, it's worth hearing. And you know, you can't always say that about people.
Amen. God bless. Thank you
Yes,
so
it
much.
is worth hearing. So thank you so much for being on the show. You will be on again. We'll come up with some more time. I'm gonna do a couple of panel type things,
Yes,
panel type discussions and things like that. Because we got, like you said, we got some awesome people.
We really do.
Yes, I mean I can't even get everybody on one panel. I would have to split the panels up, you know,
Couple of days
couple days to get everybody on because you know, but the world really, the people need to hear the truth in love.
Yes.
Need the truth in love.
Yes, ma'am.
Women need the truth in love.
Yes. Yeah. It's not too late. It's not over.
It's not too late, man. It is not too late. The decisions we make today are our harvest for tomorrow.
Yes, Lord.
If we want to see a better tomorrow, we got to do better today. Oh, and sometimes, honestly, I don't want to hear that.
I know.
Sometimes I just want to be, oh my God, you know, let me just do whatever I want to do.
Right.
But my life is not my own, so I can't operate like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know that my harvest does not just affect me; it affects my family, it affects my friends, and anything that I come in contact with. So, you know, I got to watch those seeds I'm planting today because I don't want to. I'm tired of bad harvest.
Yes, ma'am.
I need some bumper crops. I need some bumper crops, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you again. So God bless you. Thank you so much for being on the show. You guys, Listen, connect with this woman right here. She will lift you up, first of all, and then that mindset is going to change and shift, and you are going to be doing the things that you really want to do. Thank you, Tierrene.
Thank you so much.
Good
God bless
night.
you.
Look,
Good
see you in
night.
the morning.
See you in the morning. That's right. See you in the
Right.
morning.
Are you coming tomorrow evening?
Yes, I am definitely going to be there tomorrow evening.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow evening too.
All right, then. That is a blessing. See, I look forward to hugging your neck. I'm like, come through, Jesus.
All right, girl. Love you much.
Love you much as well. I love y'all with so much of me. Have a blessed night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it. There's the show. There is the show. I told you it was going to be a great show, and it really, really was. There were so many awesome nuggets that were dropped on tonight's show. And really, my hope and my prayer is that someone will be encouraged by what was said on tonight. So thank you for joining me on the Live Life Business Showcase. I will see you next week. I have evangelist Sarafia Hall that's going to be my guest on next week. And so hopefully, again, another powerful, powerful woman that will have some awesome things to share with you. So I hope you join me again. So until then, have a great night and just continue to live the best life that you possibly can. Connect with Tierrene if you need to. Her information is in the comments. Good night, everybody.